Well, what is up, guys? Josh with Navigate the Wild, and today I want to highlight a piece of gear that I've really fallen in love with this bow season, kind of on accident, not because of anything I dislike about this product. It's just I had some archery malfunction, and so I'll talk to you about that and talk to you about how this release bailed me out. So for the last, I don't know, 5 years, I've been carrying around this Spot Hogg Wise Guy index release in my pack as a backup. This is the Keep Hammering Edition Cameron Hanes release aid. Earlier in the season, I had some really weird things going on with my arrows. You do not want to be messing with your bow and all of your setup going into the bow season. I had a few weird arrows do a few weird things during practice. Could not figure it out. Reached out to some people that I know that know more about archery than I do. We went over everything. Could not figure it out. I'm sitting in a stand one afternoon, and I have a Carter release. It's a thumb release that I absolutely adore. I've had it forever. I've never maintained it. For some reason, I never thought maintain my Carter release, which is the Insatiable. It's a 4-finger draw and a thumb trigger release. I've never maintained it. I'm sitting in a stand one night, just got in, and I put my Carter release on my D-loop, and I always kind of just like to draw when I'm in the stand and make sure there's no branches in the way. And I start my draw sequence, and it gives and lets go. And I thought, well, that's weird. Maybe it was me. And thankfully, it did not take much force. I literally just started to pull and it let go the D-loop. I don't think I hit the trigger. Maybe I did hit the trigger. I don't know. I connect it back. Now I'm paying closer attention to what's going on. I start to draw again. It gives and lets go. I don't have time to figure it out. I keep the Spot Hogg Wise Guy Cameron Hanes edition with the BOA attachment method in my backpack as a backup. So I put the Carter away and I go from a thumb release to a trigger release. I don't see anything that night, and it was a beautiful evening hunt, get home. The next day I go out and I go, well, I haven't shot with this release in over a year, not even in practice. I need to really make sure there's nothing going strange. If you know about Wise Guy, especially this particular Spot Hogg release, it is a feather trigger. It's designed that way. A lot of people don't like that. I've seen a lot of complaints about it, but you got to remember, this is the Cameron Hanes edition, and this is built specifically to his R&D, his research and development. What he wants out of a release aid is what you get with this Wise Guy release. So you can't buy it and then complain. Although it is adjustable, don't buy it and then complain to Wise Guy that the trigger's too loose. I recently listened to a podcast that Cam did, and he said, man, when I'm in the backcountry and I'm hunting elk, and he gets a lot of hate online. I'm a massive fan of Cam Hanes. Just his drive, his grit, his determination. He did a video series on just gear, very brief podcast. He says, when I'm in the backcountry and I got a bull coming in hot and heavy, I don't have time to draw back, shot sequence, back tension, this, that, and the other. He goes, I need to be able to just send that thing. And I thought, man, just send it. It actually says that on my bow. Send it. And so I felt pretty confident putting this release on. I get out to the side, start practicing. Man, it's touchy. It takes me a few. But I am stacking these arrows on top of each other. And then for a minute I started thinking, well, I know there's something wrong with my Carter release. Not to say anything negative about Carter. It was my fault. I haven't maintained my release in over 5 years. Have done nothing to it. There's something wrong with the release, and that bit of movement was throwing off my arrow, just enough. And I wasn't getting consistent shots. Switch over to the Wise Guy, and man, boom, right on top of each other. I really wanted to take a minute and kind of highlight some of the key features of this release. The first thing is this. This is a BOA system. You're starting to see this on boots a lot more. However, it's pretty cool when it comes to your actual archery release. So what you do here, so it's up like this, and you just push it down, right? And then you turn it clockwise, and it tightens around your wrist. Nice and tight, just like that. That sucker's not going anywhere. And then the actual release will fold in so you could climb up. So I like to walk into the woods with this sucker. And then once I get into position, into the woods, my finger's right there, boom. And it just lets go. So you have some high visibility here. Anybody that knows anything about Spot Hogg, these suckers are made at like a tank. To release the BOA system, you just pull it out and it releases just like that. And there you have it. Fully adjustable. You can adjust your reach. Okay. I don't really mess with any of this. There's an Allen key here. I'm assuming you can mess with the position of the trigger or how touchy it is. It's an open loop system, so you just hook that onto your D-loop. I know it gets some people a little nervous, but there's really nothing to be nervous about. That will hook onto your D-loop, you draw back, and I have plenty of clearance to be able to reach over. And because it's so secure on my wrist, no problem letting that arrow fire. I was able to put a deer down this morning. And man, this sucker not only is built like a tank, works fantastic, but it is a lifesaver. So if you're looking for a primary or a secondary archery release, man, check out the Wise Guy from Spot Hogg. I really like this Cam Hanes edition. Get you one because it is awesome. Navigate the wild.